Hello everybody, another quick drawing here. This one is going to be Sully from Monsters Inc., but a little bit more simplified. So let's go ahead and get started. To start, we'll make the head shape, and I'll start off with kind of an upside down U to get the head shape. So kind of like this. That'll be a good start for the head. Okay, now the bottom here for the chin, it's going to kind of curve like this, but I do want to make him look a little furry so he's not too smooth. So I could draw this curve first for the chin and then go back and make it look like that by adding a few things like this so the chin's a little more like it's like he has some fur on his chin. Okay, or I could have just drawn that as I went. So instead of doing the curve first, I could imagine that that line curves, and when I draw it, I just kind of go like this. And then come to this side and do that again. Okay, so that's his chin. Now, onto the head and the top here. He has some horns too, but they're a little bit different. His kind of come out like this, and then they curve in more. Okay, the end, and then you can come back around and back into here, and then draw a couple little curves on them. Then the other horn's going to be kind of the same. In, and then back around, and then you can draw a couple little curves on there. Okay, for the eyes, you can do this a lot of different ways, but I'm going to do 2 circles for eyes. I like to draw a little line showing me about where the cheeks might be first. So maybe the eye is going to be like right on this cheek. So I'm going to draw a little curve here. Maybe those are his cheeks, and then the eyes are on that. Okay, so I could start with that, and then I could draw the eye right on top of that. Okay, and then I can do the inside here. And when I color it, I can try to leave a little highlight if possible. Sometimes I can do that. Okay, his eyebrows are pretty thick and furry, so I'm going to start with a curve and then go up like that and then kind of connect it across. Same with the other eyebrow. Alright, and then his nose, we'll just make kind of a small triangle pointing down like this. Keep it real simple. And then for his mouth, I'll give him kind of a grin. And the mouth on Sully is a little closer to his nose than the chin. So instead of putting it in the middle, you might want it to go a little higher. So I'm going to put it like right about here. Put a little line in the corners. And then he does have some teeth. So I'll put a couple little teeth pointing up there. All right, that's a good start. Now on to the body. The body is going to be kind of another oval, just bigger. So I'll start about here. Draw a line that's going to come around, and then the other side, and then when I get to about here I can just sort of like curve it in and connect. Okay, something like that. Then I will probably move on and do the legs next. So I'll start right up here on the side and draw a line that's going to come down like this. Another one right about here. And then on the inside I can draw another line curving and another one kind of curving this way. That'll give me about where his legs would be. And then his feet are kind of like another character that we just did, the Mike Wazowski, but just bigger. So I'll go from here and just do 1, 2, 3 toes and back in. And over here, kind of the same thing. Alright, there we go. Legs and feet. Now the arms, his shoulders are pretty high, so instead of putting his arms here, we'll start up higher, like right up here on the side of the head. So that's where I'm going to start the arm. And I'll curve it around, come all the way down, close to his waist. And then for the hand, I'm going to make the hand a little bit more like a mitten, just to make it easier. So I'm going to go like this, and around, okay, and then I'll go up and in like that, and then right about here, maybe add a little curve for a thumb. So it's sort of more like a mitten shape, instead of drawing all the fingers. Now the other side, we'll start about here too, and draw this a little different. This arm's going to come out further, and kind of come back in like this. Whoops, then I'll probably start right about here, and draw another line coming in, and then his forearm coming into the side. And then this hand is going to look like it's on his hip. So I'm going to kind of go down a little bit, over, and up. So it looks like his hand's leaning on his hip. Now when I'm all done with this one, I usually go back and go around the edges so he looks furry instead of it being so smooth around the edges. Okay, so I go back and add some of those details. I can do the legs and make him look like he's got the fur on there. A lot of times I'll draw some little lines on him too to make it look like there's fur, so some texture you can add. That's not too hard to do. You could even put some on him, on his face. And Sully does have some polka dots, so we could draw some circles on here to kind of represent his polka dots. I don't do a lot, I just do a few. So a few little circles to kind of show that he has these polka dots. So there's your basic outline of a kind of a simplified Sully from Monsters, Inc.